What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched on my YouTube music channel called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we dive into a bunch of different fun topics. So check it out. Links in the description below. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into this video, or the topic of this video, which is the wild season permit purchases. So I have been continuing to track this. I got as close to the end of last season as possible, and we actually increased the amount of players in Wild by 2. You can see here that we increased by 2 overall from 2596 in season 6 to 2598. And this is not actually season 6. I don't know what the true number is for the team, but the season that began on August 31st versus the season that began on September 15th. So that's a positive sign. And as you can see here, we're only like a day and a half. This seems like it's going to be a relatively short season for some reason, because we're only a day and a half into the season, but we've already gotten to about 2,000 players. And my guess is that we'll probably end up around the same amount. So we've seen the drop off now, right? Once the Wild Season Pass was no longer purchasable in vouchers, we saw the major drop off here at the end of August from about 3,200 players down to 2,600 players, and we've remained there. And it looks as though we're tracking to remain there for the third straight season, so about a month and a half of gameplay so far. Now, what's interesting here is that we're also seeing a lot of consistency on the credit side. So there's money coming in significantly through credits, right? This actually popped up once vouchers were no longer available. So people are bringing money into the game through that. And we're starting to see the DECB amount decrease. I mean, it's really just one season that we have, but keep in mind, DECB is finite. That was just a little project that was run, and people feel one way or another about the project. I'm not going to comment on that, but there is a finite amount of DECB, and this seems to be one of the best ways to use it. So as we start to roll through that and reduce, we will see the amount of actual DEC start to get used up and go higher and higher. But whether it's credits, whether it's DEC, it doesn't really matter, because we're taking that and locking it up in the DAO. Well, no, sorry, not locking it up in the DAO, but we're burning it on the back end, or the team is burning it. So I'm not too worried about it. You can see, other breakdowns here. Obviously, vouchers, we haven't done anything with that, but those used to be the majority of how people were paying, and so I think that the fact that we have now switched to this streamlined, vouchers to do their own thing, this is becoming a significant amount of DEC burn every month. So once again, we had close to 5 million, actually over 5 million. The previous season we had 49.42. It looks like this season we had 40 or over 5 million, right? Oh, you know why? This is not counting DECB, since that's already been pre-burned. So we actually crossed 5 million DEC burned last season. So far this season, again, not including DECB, we're up 3.8 million. If you round up to almost close to 3.9 million. But keep in mind, I don't know why people will buy the Wild Season Pass even as we get closer to the end of the season. But again, whatever the case is, people are continuing to purchase. To me, this represents strong sales and a strong kind of baseline support for Wild format. Now, if SPS, when SPS, I don't know whichever word you want to take, but if and when SPS starts to increase, I do expect this to start increasing as well. Wild format is the format that people can bot, and if the economics make sense, I will expect them to do so. And I put out a video a while back because Royal Eagle was talking about having a dynamic Wild Season Pass price that would essentially be like based on the price of SPS. So I think if we were to implement something like that, first of all, we would need to have a conversation about that. I don't know if the team would just like come. Maybe they could. I mean, they could absolutely just come in and determine the price. But I think that would, like, the conversation for that is just beginning. So what I'm saying by this is, if the price of SPS were to start going up significantly over the next month or 2 months, right? We're now in, I guess it's October rather than Uptober. But if we were to start seeing an SPS price increase, the reaction time, I think, we would start talking about a little bit more, but there would still be some reaction time needed to figure that out and then implement it in the game, which means we would see an increase in the amount that people were earning and winning from like a US dollar standpoint, but the amount that people would be spending in DEC would remain the same, right? Roughly $2 when DEC is at peg. So, like I said, I would expect that to increase as we go along. So right now, obviously, we're still coming out of September. We're in October. Bitcoin is down in the 60, 61K range at the time that I'm recording this video. But I think all of us have at least some kind of hope and conviction that at some point over the next couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, we'll start to see that change, and the rest of the market will start to take off. So whether it's that, or whether it's, the flywheel activating on its own with all these promo cards, as well as the Rebellion sale, we will see something, right? I don't know what, I don't know how much, but we will see something over the next couple of months, which could potentially lead to more players or more accounts coming online. Now, hopefully that ends up being new players or more players wanting to participate in Wild and therefore pay the Wild season permit. But even if it ends up being bots, like I said, it's not that I want bots, but them coming back would just be a sign that the game economy is in a better place, right? So once they start coming back, it's like, oh, okay, well, this is almost like a good problem to have, because now they're recognizing that the ROI makes sense, the economics make sense. So, and then we'll have to address it then, and hopefully we'll address it appropriately. But that's what I'm looking out for as we move forward with this. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Where does this line up with what your previous expectations were for the Wild Season permit? But that's all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.